Good afternoon, dear students. Today we'll discuss the first experiment of fluid mechanics. That is, aim of this experiment is to determine the kinematic viscosity of the given liquid and to study the variation of viscosity with the temperature. To study this experiment, we have an apparatus called as Red Hood viscometer. This apparatus is named after scientist Red Hood, and the use of this apparatus is to find the kinematic viscosity of the given fluid. And also we have to find the variation of the kinematic viscosity with the temperature. From the room temperature, we have to increase the temperature and we have to see the variation of the kinematic viscosity with the temperature. And therefore, here we are using a hydraulic oil which is used in the hydraulic engines basically, and we will be finding the kinematic viscosity of given hydraulic oil. So we require a Red Hood viscometer. Let's discuss the different parts or the components for this Red Hood viscometer. For temperature regulation, we have a temperature regulator. This temperature regulator is connected to a coil which is inside this water bath. The coil gets heated and certainly the heat energy will be transferred to the water. This water bath is surrounded for a central cylinder where the hydraulic oil will be poured. The hydraulic oil will be poured up to this given mark. Up to this given mark, the hydraulic oil will be poured. So first thing here, what we have this lock arrangement, this lock and screw arrangement. So first thing, we have to use this lock and screw arrangement to close the orifice. Orifice is a small opening which is at the center of the cylinder. The diameter of this orifice is about 0.05 mm. So therefore, this screw and lock arrangement is used to close the orifice. After closing the orifice, we have to pour the sample to the given mark, and then at room temperature will be our first reading or the observation to be taken. Then the temperature is to be seen with the help of the thermometer. Also, we have a stirrer to transfer the heat energy equally or to distribute the heat energy equally in all the directions. So after the oil is poured, the lock is opened and we will be collecting the oil in this measuring cylinder for 50 ml mark. That is, for 50 ml sample we will be collecting in this measuring cylinder, and a time is to be recorded to collect this 50 ml sample using the stopwatch. As soon as this lock is removed, the flow will start and it is to be collected in the measuring cylinder which is just below the orifice. So therefore, we have to find the time required to fill this 50 ml sample, and then for the given room temperature, the time will be in seconds. From the given time, we can calculate what is the kinematic viscosity of the given oil. The second observation, we have to increase the temperature. So initially it was at room temperature, then we have increased the temperature. Further, we have to monitor what is the temperature using the given thermometer for the oil, and then similarly we have to find the time required to complete fill this 50 ml of sample in the measuring cylinder for the second temperature. And the similar procedure we have to observe for number of readings. And then a graph is to be plotted for the kinematic viscosity versus the temperature. The next part is the writing the observation table, the calculations, the result table, and the conclusion. We'll see what is the procedure of this experiment and we'll find the result and conclusion for the given experiment. The first thing is to clean the given apparatus. Then the orifice is to be completely closed using the screw and lock arrangement. And then the next thing is to place the given cylinder rightly below the orifice so that the oil sample will be totally collected in the given cylinder. Now the sample is to be poured in the central cylinder up to the given mark. This first observation or the first reading is we are taking at the room temperature. Now the room temperature is approximately 30 degrees Celsius. So our first reading will be at 30 degrees Celsius, right? So everything we have particularly done by procedure, and now we have to release the lock, we have to open the lock arrangement, and then the flow will start occurring and it should be collected in this measuring cylinder for 50 ml collection. And then we have to record as soon as the lock is released, the flow is started, and then it should be collected in the given measuring cylinder and the time has to be started. So for 50 ml complete collection we have to stop the time. Now the screw is released and the lock is open. So time is started and the flow is drop by drop, it is falling in the given measuring cylinder. Now basically what is the viscosity? Viscosity is nothing but it is the resistance offered by one layer to the another adjacent layer. So what will happen in case of less temperature? The layers will have less resistance. That means the viscosity is more. If the temperature will increase, the bond between the liquid molecules will be getting lesser, and because there is increase in temperature, the bond is less and therefore the resistance or the viscosity will decrease. So therefore when you see that there is a maximum temperature, so we find that the time to completely fill this 50 ml sample will be less as compared to the time required at room temperature. So we'll see how much time is required to completely fill this 50 ml of sample at room temperature. Now dear students, you can see this measuring cylinder is completely filled up to the given mark, that is for 50 ml collection. The required time for this first reading, that is at room temperature, it is 813 seconds. So almost 11 or 12 minutes is required to completely fill or to collect this 50 ml sample. So we got the first observation, that is at 30 degrees Celsius, the time is 813 seconds. Okay, the same procedure is repeated. Now we will be using the temperature regulator to increase the temperature. So the temperature is now increased. the heat will be transferred from water to the oil, and then we will see the temperature of the oil as per the requirement. That is, we will attain the temperature up to 45 degree Celsius, and again we will collect the 50 ml of sample and will find the time required to collect this 50 ml of sample for 45 degrees Celsius. And again the procedure will be repeated for 55 degrees Celsius. So we will increase the temperature by 10 degree. So likewise we will take almost 6 readings for different temperature, that is increase in temperature, and we'll see the kinematic viscosity and the variation with the temperature. So we have this observation table and the procedure to be done. So the aim is to determine the kinematic viscosity of the liquid. The apparatus is red hood viscometer, and please see the kinematic viscosity mu, denoted as mu, is given by C1 into T minus C2 upon T, where nu is the kinematic viscosity which is measured in centistokes. Time T is the time required to fill 50 ml of the measuring cylinder or the flask, which is in seconds. C1 and C2, these are the constants given for the red hood viscometer. C1 is 0.0026 and C2 is 1.175. Then the observation table will be serial number to take 6 number of readings, temperature in degree Celsius starting with the room temperature, and the required time in seconds, that is T. And then we'll come to the result table, that is serial number, temperature in degree Celsius, and the kinematic viscosity in centistoke by the given viscosity equation or the kinematic viscosity formula for red hood viscometer. And then we have to plot a graph, that is kinematic viscosity versus temperature, and we'll write the conclusion. First conclusion will be the kinematic viscosity of given sample at room temperature, and second conclusion will be based on the graph, that is the variation of viscosity with the temperature.